Hello everyone, welcome to another Craft of the Draft channel video. In this episode, we're going to look through the top 2025 prospects and give a bit of an account of these players and what they are capable of and what they've done in the Talent League in their bottom age year and what we should look forward to seeing them next year in their draft year. But we're going to start at the top with Xavier Bammert, Sandy Dragons prospect, and showed really good glimpses at the 16s. He's got a really tough physique that is pretty hard to stop with his forward presence.
Yeah, I think that's right. He's so powerful, and I think he's got the traits to be a really good modern-day midfielder at the next level, and his tank is absolutely sensational. So that combination of strength and aerobic capacity is rare, and he's also got leadership qualities as well, is the word out of the Sandringham Dragons. So he'll certainly be one to watch. We're going to move through 16 or 17, and we're going to move through them alphabetically, so no particular order in terms of their ability on field. But the next one we move to is Tom Burton, who also has a really good tank on him, and he slices teams open with his creativity. I think when he balls in transition, he's one who can really set the game up from the back half or find good options going forward as well.
Yeah, 100%. They've got that he's got that quick, pacey burst about him that is pretty hard to stop. Ryder Corrigan is one from the Murray Bushrangers, a good low centre of gravity. A lot to like about him at the moment in terms of his build and his ability to move around the ground. Yeah,
certainly. He's a Giants Academy prospect and he's part of the Murray Bushrangers system, like you said, but his ability to win the contested footy and then feed it out is really strong, and he's also shown he can be quite dangerous when he gets the ball in space. Jack Dalton is one who had an injury-interrupted start to the season, but he's now playing some footy for the Sandy Dragons, and he'll go back to school footy briefly and then finish the season with the Dragons. You think he's really good on the wing. He's a left footer and he's got a really explosive and silky skill set.
Yeah, 100%. He was terrific to watch last year, and coming into Coates Talent League level, I feel like that transition has been quite seamless. His ability to move forward, his kicking presence, and he's tough even though he's a bit smaller as an outside player as well. He knows how to win his own footy. Cooper Titler is one that has got pretty big raps for his multi-sport ability, having played at the national level for Australia in basketball and also a product of the Calder Cannons. So still a lot of development left with a player like him, where he's got that height, probably could do very versatile in that sense. So excited to see where his footy takes him. Yeah,
we've only seen a little bit of him at Talent League level, but from what we've seen, it's a really raw skill set. He's a really tall player. He can play really well in the ruck, and he brushes off contact really well and moves quite nicely and fluently for someone of his size. Willem Dersma is one who has been touted as being in the mix for the number one pick next year. He's so smart and understands what's going to happen before it happens. It's absolutely sensational to watch. Another one with a basketball background, and he's so dexterous with the ball in hand as well. He's deft in traffic and he executes his skills really consistently.
Yeah, well, that basketball background helps. He's super agile, also has scoreboard presence at times as well. He's able to make that impact up forward. And just
versatile.
Just super silky around the ground. Louis Emmett is being pretty highly touted this year in terms of his ability. He's played Vic Metro against SA, and he's had some really good performances at Talent League level for Oakley as well. He's so powerful and he's played that role in the ruck, but can also go up forward and be a really strong contested target.
Yeah, and it's that athleticism, I think, that sets him apart, and that allows him to have a bit of mobility with ball in hand. Ollie Greaves is one who also has a multi-sport background and has the basketball side of things as well, but I think he projects as one who is going to be that big-bodied midfielder that's going to get a lot of talk next year with his power as well, and he can go forward and take a contested mark. But yeah, he's so explosive and he's able to be really good in traffic because he not only stands up in tackles but also keeps his hands free, so he's very hard to pin holding the ball.
Yeah, well, it's pretty good that he's learning off someone like Josh Smiley this year, and he'll be able to translate that well next year. And yeah, it's that ability to go up forward as well and play a real strong contested marking role up forward as well, and he's able to hit the scoreboard. Jasper Hay, a Tassie product, is one that's had some really good performances early this year as well against a few of the academy teams.
Yeah, and was very, very good last year in the 16s as well. I think he's one who gets the most out of his size because of how high he leaps. So he starts from a very high base, being, close to 200 centimetres. Hopefully he does grow over that threshold, but then he jumps really high as well. So he's got that athleticism to him, and like you say, he uses his frame well. Noah Hibbins-Hargreaves is one that's hit some really strong form through the the Coates League with the Dandenong Stingrays, and he obviously got a game on the wing for Vic Country as well. But yeah, he's so courageous overhead, and he's a big moments player. If the game's on the line, you can back him to step up. We did a post on our channel a couple of weeks ago that he's 6-1 in last quarters, I think, 6 goals won in last quarters, and since then he's kicked more goals in last quarter. He's now 9 goals won in last quarter, so he makes the most of his chances up forward, but he also has the work rate to play a lot higher, so I think that gives him a really flexible skill set.
Harley Hicks is one that has been quite electric at Rebels level and shown that glimpse of how exciting he can be as a bit of an X factor in the forward half. He just provides those quick, pacey moments moving the ball inside 50. He's been able to hit the scoreboard a few times as well. I think there's a lot to work with a player like Harley.
Yeah, he gets opponents out the back, doesn't he, with that work rate. I really like watching him. He's going to be one of the most watchable players next year. I think Archie Ludowick is another one who's going to have lots of eyes on him, and his ability to take contested marks and just be that player inside 50 that Sandy Dragons midfielders can look to, and they always know they're going to get a contest out of him for a bottom-aged key position player, is absolutely sensational. He uses his long reach to drag down contested marks, and he moves well. He's got a streak of aggression, and it's not necessarily his big frame yet, but he certainly knows how to use it to outmaneuver opponents.
Yeah, 100%, and he had an impact at 18s champs level for Vic Metro against SA, was able to hit the scoreboard and showed his presence there already as a bottom major. Tom McGuan is one that Collingwood fans across the country will be pretty excited to watch and read about, and the discussion all year will be around the points they're going to have to give up to get a player like him, and I'll let you lead the conversation in terms of his productivity for the Jets. He's just so exciting to watch.
Yeah, he wins the footy and time just seems to slow down. He's just so elusive, so hard to tackle, and in that sense he's someone who I think next year will have comparisons to Jagger Smith in terms of he's much more slightly built, but he's still so hard to tackle and so hard to take down, and because he knows he's hard to take down, he's got that real courage about him. He's willing to win the hard ball, and he's so good in the contest. He gets off his opponent at stoppage and steps through traffic with ease. He's an outstanding prospect to watch, and I think he's going to go really, really high. Whether the fact that he's a father-son means he does drop a little bit and it doesn't reflect how well he plays next year, I'm not sure, but I think he's really exciting and I'm looking forward to watching him. Mitch Moat is probably alongside Gresham as the most exciting northern prospect. We'll talk about Mitch Moat. He's one who's really hard at it and works really hard to get to lots of contests. I think he's got lots of ingredients which he showed at the 16s championships, and he's got that ability to put it together. It'd be good to see him have a good back end of the Coates League season.
100%, super tough and aggressive, and you know what effort you're going to get from him most games. Riley Onley has been super productive for Vic Country as a bottom major out of the centre stoppages. His burst, his acceleration, he's quite smart with ball in hand. He's got that height to him, so he's got a bit of versatility and flexibility with the way he can play his game.
Yeah, certainly. He doesn't get flustered when the ball's in his hands, and he had that really strong game for Vic Country last weekend. So, yeah, that's really good to see, and I think he's one to keep an eye on. And we finish out with Ben Wrongdit, a Geelong Next Generation Academy prospect who's been playing some really good footy for Geelong Grammar. Looks like he's going to settle down in the back line. That's going to be his preferred position. He's got that real athleticism and applies really good defensive pressure as well, but he's got that dash of X factor and raw excitement.
100%. He won the vertical jump for the Coates Talent League testing this year as a bottom major, so that athleticism is so fantastic to watch and will be exciting. As we said, we're not ranking these players as there's still a long way to go, and they're obviously just enjoying their footy at this time. But those are the ones, if you're watching this in 2024, tune into a Talent League game and watch what they're able to provide, especially come finals time. And these will be some of the ones to watch out for next year. So thank you all for watching, and we will see you in another video.